Welcome back, babies. Get your spoons out.
And your bowls.
Because it's time for the soup of the week.
The official Hot Soup Podcast.
I'm Joey.
And I am Josh.
Hey, Josh. What's with all the potting soil in your room right now?
So, I've had an accident.
Yeah, I can see that you've had an accident.
Yes.
There's so much potting soil.
Hubert, he is not doing well.
Who's Hubert's your succulent, right?
Yes, Hubert is my succulent. He sits underneath my window all the day, and he is not doing well.
He looks like he's doing pretty awful. I'm looking to my left here. I'm like, why is there so much dirt on Josh's counter?
Yes, there was a lot of dirt, not just on the counter, but also on the floor behind my refrigerator and outside of my room. Because, okay, when I was moving into my room this year, I had Joey and my friend Matt. They were helping me move it in, and I have my pet succulent. And I was carrying him outside of the big cart that we had because I didn't want him to get hurt. I didn't want to put him in a cart. So I was carrying him, and we carried him all the way up from the elevator, all the way over to the room, and I looked over into my hand, into the little pot that I was holding, and Hubert was nowhere to be found. So,
I remember.
Yes.
You were like, Hubert!
Yeah,
No!
Hubert, where are you? and anyways, we thought that maybe we had dropped him on the way over to the room.
I stayed in your room and looked for him, and I look outside the window, and I see you and Matt frantically searching the parking lot.
We were searching in the parking lot to find Hubert, and there was not a trace of soil, potting soil, anywhere. We could not find Hubert.
But as I was looking, I found a lot of potting soil in your cart.
in the cart. For some reason, we didn't think to look
in there.
In the cart. But yeah, we made our way back up. We retraced our steps. No Hubert to be found. And when we made our way back up, we looked underneath the cart, and there was Hubert, along with an entire thing of potting soil on the ground. And it was really scary. We scooped all of it that we could into the pot and got Hubert back in there. Hopefully he's okay. And Joey doesn't even know about this, I don't think. But I had him on my microwave afterwards, and I was moving things around because I just set him there to,
Oh, that's right, because I found him on the ground. And you're like,
Hubert, no! Hubert, are you okay? And anyways, Hubert fell off my microwave when I was moving around. Ton of potting soil on the ground. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that Hubert almost has no potting soil right now. He is not looking good. I'm a little bit worried for him, but I think he's gonna. He'll make it through. He's a tough little guy.
Yeah, I mean, Hubert might not be feeling good, but me and Josh have full bellies. We had a great breakfast this morning. Oh, baby, and I made us some tea. Josh had a green tea. I had a black tea with some mate in it.
My throat is feeling very soothed.
Oh, I feel refreshed. I feel good. But that breakfast, man. Oh.
Now, we need to talk about our breakfast.
Our routines?
What do we call them, Joey?
We call our breakfast routine, it's the breakfast roundup.
The breakfast roundup. Now, the breakfast roundup, it's really...
Whatever you want it to be.
There is no wrong way to make a breakfast roundup.
There is no wrong way.
The breakfast roundup, for me, my ideal breakfast roundup is 4 scrambled eggs cooked with bacon in it. I think I'm going to move into sausage as well.
Oof.
But cooked with bacon in it. And then you just take whatever is on the sidebar of our dining hall and mix it all in. So sometimes it's shredded hash browns, sometimes it's hash brown triangles, sometimes it's more sausage, sometimes it's more bacon. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter. You mix it in, put a little cheese on that, you mix it all up, breakfast roundup, baby.
Yeah, my go-to breakfast roundup is 3 eggs scrambled with bacon and onion in it. I'm a big onion guy. I love onions.
Good sweet ones.
Yeah, they're good for your gut.
Really?
Yeah, they got prebiotic health.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah, and then I usually get some hash browns like Josh does, but instead of going the savory route with
Mm-hmm.
cheese, since I'm lactose intolerant, I go for a raised donut.
Ooh. Now see, there's a difference between a regular donut
and a raised
donut. I couldn't tell you what it is,
but
it's
a specific difference.
It tastes phenomenally different.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Unfortunately, there were no raised donuts today at breakfast.
That was a disappointing thing.
But
we did get breakfast roundup, and it was cooked very well.
It was cooked super good.
They did a great job.
My
It was not
compliments to the
overcooked,
chef.
was not overcooked and not undercooked.
Yeah, it was perfect. It was where you want it to be.
It was a good breakfast roundup.
It's fantastic.
But yeah, breakfast roundup started last year, and they were just a great way to get together with the boys. Sometimes other people would join us as well.
Sometimes some girls.
Yeah, sometimes some girls. And we would all sit together and just have a nice breakfast roundup. It's a great way to start the day.
Nobody really talks. We just chow down.
We just chow down. And, we can talk afterwards. Sometimes people have to split for class, but it's just a great way to start the day. It gets you up. It gets you going with a nice, tasty breakfast roundup. So, yeah.
Yeah, we love our breakfast roundups. Breakfast roundups coming back up.
Hopefully not. I'd
Hopefully
rather
not.
Oh, wait, we're not recording, so just get the audio.
Yeah.
Oh, Joey, stop! Stop with the There's the breakfast roundup.
Sorry, guys. That was we cleaned up. But that was a bad one. But we're back. We're back and clean.
Breakfast roundup is back.
Yeah, breakfast roundup is back. How was it? Josh actually tasted it. He said it was all right.
It was not.
Okay. Well, let's transition to some stories.
Yeah, segue into our RA stories.
Yeah. So Josh and I are RAs at a residence hall at a college. And
we both love it.
We both love it. We have a great time building the community and having
that's where Joey and I met.
Yeah, that's where we met. We met at training last year. And we love doing what we do. But, man, some stories just really pop up, and they're fun to tell.
Because if you don't know what an RA does, basically an RA is in charge of a floor in the residence hall. And they keep track of all the kids, make sure they're doing okay, and create programs for them. And also, there are on-call shifts. And so, during on-call shifts, lots of crazy things can happen. There's lots of stories, interesting things that happen. Joey, what's a good story that's happened to you?
Well, I wasn't on call for this, but one night I was working the desk a little late at night, and the on-call RAs come down, and they're like, we just found a kid smoking weed in his car. And I was like, okay.
Classic situation.
Easy situation.
This is how normally they start out.
And they're like, can you catch him if he comes in? And I was like, no, I'm behind the desk. I can't move. You guys got to wait. And they're like, okay. So they come in, and the guy walks in, and they're like, excuse me, can we talk to you? And the guy was like, nope. And he goes up the elevator, and they're like, what do we do now? I guess we'll call the police on him. So they call the police at around 10 o'clock at night. Police show up pretty quickly. We don't know where he's at. He vanished, basically.
As these people normally do.
Yeah, and so the police are waiting for him. He has since escaped from the hall. He is gone. We don't know where he is. He comes, and then midnight hits. I'm still at the desk. He walks in and does the cockiest move ever. He flashes me the peace sign and then runs up the stairs.
Oh,
so
my
I'm
gosh.
like, he's back. He's back. And then like, oh. And so they start chasing him. And he's back. and he's gone again for another 2 hours. And so I have to go to his friend's room in a different hall.
Wait, so you got dragged into this? Even though you were just the RA at the desk?
Yeah, and so we're trying to find him. And we don't find him. And so me and another RA have to go to a different hall to wake up his friends to ask them where he's at. And so we talked to the friend, like, yeah, he wasn't around tonight. We're like, okay, so we go back.
Yeah, of course he wasn't around tonight.
He's since been caught.
He has been caught
and
now.
I'm watching the police officer do a sobriety test on him, and they're doing some weird stuff. Like the officer is squatted right in front of him, like way low, and like moving his finger around. Then he pulls out like a deck of cards and starts pulling cards.
He's showing him a magic trick. That's what he's doing.
Is this your card? You're going to jail.
Oh my gosh.
And so they go up and they're like, can we search your room? And the guy was like, yeah, sure, search my room. They come down with 4 bongs.
Oh. He just let them search his room?
Yeah. A ton of bottles of alcohol. This kid's like 19, so this is not even allowed to have it under any law.
Gosh.
And he's got tons of weed and other things, and he's like, yeah, I'm not.
We live in a place where you're not allowed to have weed.
Yeah, we live about an hour away from a place that you can have weed.
But not here.
But not here, not where we're at. But, yeah, that was a funny story, because that was just a 4-hour ordeal where he escaped twice and then had 4 bongs brought down in his name.
I can't believe that he just let the police search his
his car.
Just so cocky.
In his car. You're like, yeah, search my car too. They found a bunch of drugs.
Yeah, do it. I dare you. And it's just like all sitting out on the counter there.
Yeah. We've got some. That's one of the funnier stories. We've got some more serious ones that are still pretty freaking wild.
Yeah. So like, what kind of other stories do you have?
Well, there's one.
What constitutes as a more serious story?
Where the incident, I think incidents that involve someone running from the cops is kind of humorous, just because it's kind of like a thing that we've been ingrained in with comedy. Is like, oh, he's running from the police.
It happens regularly here. Honestly.
Yeah, it happens a lot. But like a more serious story, kind of is when like roommate conflicts sort of get out of hand. I remember an incident. I didn't personally deal with myself, but I was around in the vicinity for. One night, I was with my friend. We were studying anthropology together, and we get someone down to the desk, and they talk about, oh man, my roommate is kind of acting a little weird tonight. I don't feel entirely safe. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. Let's call our supervisor and let's get you checked out. So, all right, I'm gonna go move some of my stuff out. We said, all right, do what you gotta do. And then he comes back down again, and he's a little flustered, and he's like, my roommate just attacked me. And we're like, oh, this escalated. So we end up calling.
His roommate attacked him.
Yeah.
What did he attack him with?
Well, I'm getting to that.
Oh shit.
We had to call the campus police. They responded, and we found out that it was he came at his roommate with a knife. Over
oh my gosh.
Over some food incident. I don't remember
over some food.
I don't remember the exact thing, but that.
Dude, did you eat my Rice Krispies?
No.
Dude, I'm gonna come at you with the knife.
Dude, I thought they were everyone's.
Dude, those are my Rice. Dude, those are my Rice Krispies.
I didn't see your name on it. Anyway,
I imagine that's how it went.
That incident was a little bit more sensitive, but stuff like that, it doesn't happen often. For the most part, by and away, and in a large portion of the time, where we work is a super safe place where we have a lot of fun being at. I know Josh can attest to how much fun he has here with his floor.
Oh yeah, I mean the RA job. We talk about all these crazy stories, but it's an incredible job. Joey and I both love it so much. I remember my floor last year was just so active. We built so many great relationships and a great community on that floor. And this year I'm hoping to do the same thing with my floor. I'm hoping it's going to be one of those floors where the doors are just open, people walk by and they say hey after class, and it's just a really great inclusive environment.
Yeah, I really agree with that. I think last year you were kind of the standard for what we wanted our floors to be.
Oh, well, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I totally mean it. But I think my floor last year was a little crazy. I had a bunch of guys who hung out all the time together, so they plotted a lot of fun things.
They were a good bunch.
They never did anything, and I never think they did anything because they would always call every situation a hypothetical. So I remember one night they were like, hey, Joey, hypothetically, what would happen if we duct taped, we'll say, the Dongus? What if we duct tape Dongus between two beds and throw him out the window?
We'll call Dongus Kevin. What happens if we duct tape Kevin?
And I was like, you probably can't do that. He's like, oh, why? Just like the windows are open that big? And I was like, yeah, and the police will probably get called. Like, oh, that's probably a good idea.
That's a good idea.
And another one, they were
poor Dongus, dude.
Dongus came up to me and asked me, hey, Joey, hypothetically, what would happen if we had fish fights in the hall?
Is that how Dongus talked?
And yeah. And I was like, yeah, that's like animal cruelty, man. You can't do that. That's not cool. He's like, no. We want to buy like pieces of salmon and hit each other with them in the bathroom. And I was like, no. Don't.
Please don't.
They're like, but what if we clean up? I'm like, still don't. But I have no idea whether or not they did the fish fights or not.
Dude, good old Dongus.
Dongus was a good guy. Dongus and I remember one night I heard a lot of racket coming from the other hallway. So I'm like, what's going on here?
Not Dongus's room, right?
He was involved though.
Oh, yeah.
I see.
Dongus is always involved.
I walked down the hallway and they're like, oh crap, it's the RA. And I walk down the hallway and I see almost everyone on my floor crowded around one of the guys with a helmet on and a towel over his back with a mug on top of the helmet.
Oh my gosh, I actually haven't heard this story.
And another kid had a lacrosse ball. And I was like, what are you doing? They're like, oh, nothing. And I was like, good. Let's be quiet. Let's not do this in public space. And they're like, you got it.
So you never found out what they were doing?
I never knew what they were doing. They didn't do anything in front of me. I think all my bases are covered. To be honest.
It's like a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
Like the lacrosse stick, the
lacrosse ball,
the coffee mug, the football helmet, and the crowd surrounded around a single person.
What I'm thinking what the plan was to throw the lacrosse ball at the mug and break it.
Where did the football helmet come in? Was the one person going to be holding it?
He was wearing it.
Was he going to be wearing or holding the mug while they threw the lacrosse ball?
It was on top of the helmet.
Oh, okay.
It was like a William Tell situation. You know,
okay.
shoot the apple.
Shoot the apple off the head.
Yeah. I nipped that one in the bud.
That's good.
But we have a lot of fun. It's a good job. And
it's a great job.
A lot of crazy stuff does happen, but
great people here too.
Yeah.
One of the things that I always loved about this job was just the fact that it basically came with built-in friends. It really does.
This job comes with friends.
It really does.
Losers, apply.
Yeah, for real. That's why I applied.
Yeah, me too. Anyway.
Yeah, anyway.
Why did you apply for this job?
Well, originally, I knew that I just loved working with people and just the idea of, like, helping people through, like, difficult situations and just, you know, freshmen coming in, they don't know what they're doing. I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
And so just being able to help them kind of figure out how to do college and how to be successful. And plus, you know, it comes with some good benefits.
It does come with benefits. You can't...
Cannot deny it.
I mean, a lot of people say we don't do it for the benefits, but it's a big factor in why
it really is.
You do this job because it takes a significant amount of money away from your bill.
It really does.
It allows me to go to school.
Yeah.
That's how I can go to school here. But my dad was an RA when he was in college, and he had all these great stories, and he worked his career. He got his major in fish farming. Hasn't worked a day in that field.
What even is fish farming?
It's like when you farm fish to stock lakes.
Oh,
or
okay.
like to make food and stuff.
Okay.
He hasn't worked a day in that field because he was an RA and he worked his way up like the student affairs ladder.
Okay.
And so I thought that'd be kind of a cool career path to follow. But he's got some crazy stories as well from when he was like an RC. Like
what's the craziest story that your dad had to deal with?
Well, he was in Florida, so there were a bunch of alligators snuck into the halls.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Holy cow!
He was the director of a hall that housed. He went to a school down in Florida, and they had a commercial diving program, and so they had a bunch of like North Florida like hicks come down, and there's this one fellow. I don't remember what his name was, but it was like one syllable.
We'll call him Dingus.
I'll say Mud. We'll call him Mud.
Got Dongus and Dingus.
Mud was like 7 feet tall, wore like a size 20 shoe.
Holy cow!
And like overalls. He was like a simpleton, but he was a commercial diver, and he lived in my dad's hall.
I just got like this picture of this guy with like almost bald head, like just a little bit of hair, and just always has like a glassy look in his eye.
And my dad was talking to him one day and was like, Mud, I would do anything for that beware of alligators sign out in the front. That's such a cool sign. I would love to have it. And Mud responded, for a case of beer, I'll get it for you. And I was like, yeah, okay. Like, he didn't think anything of it. That night, he gets a knock on his door.
Oh my gosh.
Not only does Mud have the sign, he has the stand and the concrete base.
Oh my gosh.
He's like, I want Bush.
How did he get the concrete out?
Because he was like 7 feet tall, like a huge dude. He's
no way.
Just ripped it out of the ground.
No way.
Yeah.
Dude.
But I was like, okay. But the next morning, the funny thing is, there was a mud trail from the front door to my dad's room, and the police were there looking for the sign.
So they traced it back.
Yeah. Like, have you seen any of the signs? Like, no. Why is there a mud trail? I have no idea. I've been asleep all night. I run the hall. I don't know how this got there.
I've had some really bad diarrhea and I just kind of tracked it in all the way through.
Oh, you're like, all right, good. And then another funny story. It's not a hall story, but it is a college story from my dad.
I love the stories.
I hope he doesn't get mad at me for telling this one. But when he was Did your
dad watch our podcast?
I don't think so. Hey, Dad, do you watch?
I'll take that as a no.
Yeah, me too. But when he was he was a little bit older at this point. He was still working down there, and they went to spring break because when you're in Florida, you go to spring break. It's like 3 months long because every school comes down a different week. And so they went down, and one of his buddies got really drunk and was like, Man, I just want a convertible, man. I just want a convertible. And my dad and his buddies were like, okay.
Dude, buy a convertible.
And so they had a hacksaw in the back of the car. And when he passed out, they cut the roof of the car off. Like
my God!
Like the top of the car off.
I was wondering where that was going.
And I would not have known the story if we weren't watching a documentary a couple years ago at home. And it was called Spring Broke. And we're watching it, and my dad's like, we pause it, he's like, holy crap. And I was like, what? He's like, that's the car.
What?
Yeah, apparently my dad wasn't there, but MTV interviewed his friends.
Oh my God.
And the film was on that documentary.
Spring broke.
Yeah.
How to have an awesome spring break even if you're broke.
And then my dad has a story about that car that got him in trouble. So he was driving it to get his license done. Is when his license renewed, and he gets pulled over. And when they cut the roof of the car off, there's no seatbelts, and the door is broken. So, like, you have to hop in and out of the car like Dukes of Hazzard style.
Oh, my God.
And so the cop pulls him over. He's like, can you step out of the car? And my dad stands up in the car, and he's like, yeah, no funny business. And he gets, like, shoved back down. He's like, officer, the door doesn't work. I have to stand up. He's like, quit fooling around. He tries to stand up again.
Oh, my gosh.
And the cop's like, I'm serious this time. Do not fool around. And I was like, officer, it doesn't work. And the cop's like, I'll show you how it works. He pulls the door off. It falls on his feet.
Oh, man.
And the other cops are just laughing at
and
the
your
cop.
dad's just like, I bet you look like a fool now. I bet you feel so silly right now.
I bet my dad felt sick because he got a $400 ticket.
What?
Yeah.
Because his door
There were no seatbelts. The door didn't work.
Oh, my gosh.
The lights were out. The license plate was hanging by a string.
Forget about all that.
He was like, I told you.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, my dad's got a bunch of crazy stories that he won't even tell me yet because he's afraid that I'm going to do them. And I don't want to do any of them if I got to be honest with you.
Probably a good thing.
But yeah, shout out my father.
We really appreciate you. Glad you're listening. If you are, hope you are.
Hope you are.
Because that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be.
It would be. I'd like that.
That's another viewer.
Please watch. I want you to watch. I miss you.
Guys, subscribe to Hot Soup.
Subscribe, please.
Please subscribe. Hey, Josh, how about we transition to an ad read?
Oh, yes. It is about that time, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
All right. Let me pull up our sponsor here. Do you want to give us a little talking to?
Yeah. Hey, guys. Have you ever wanted to have leafy greens delivered to your door at a minimal price?
Oh, I know that I have.
Well, you can't.
You can't. Not right now.
But
you can.
You can if you buy Spinach.com.
The domain.
The domain. For the low price.
Low. Very low.
Of $195,000 US. Spinach.com and all its assets can be yours.
Please. I could really use some freshly grown spinach delivered to my door. Please purchase the domain spinach.com for $195,000.
And if you use the code HOTSOUP, you can pay the full price for this domain.
Yes. $195,000.
Again, that's spinach.com. 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 Remember, if you want spinach, you can't get it, but maybe you could with purchasing Spinach.com.
$195,000.
All right. Well, so we're back from our ad read.
We're back from our ad read.
I think that went pretty well.
So this next segment that we're going to jump into, we're going to call sodium situations.
Yeah, they're just things like pet peeves that are minor inconveniences that make you just makes your day worse.
Things that are not necessarily infuriating.
Yeah.
But They just are very inconvenient.
They're like they're first world problems.
Yeah, first world problems, I guess.
Yeah, like they're not actual problems. They're just like, ugh.
So the first one that I wanted to start off with, I actually experienced this today when I was watching a video on YouTube. Came up in my recommended, and it was one of those hydraulic press videos. Always have to click on those. They look very interesting. The big pet peeve of mine is how these hydraulic press videos always, like, they hype you up in the very beginning. They show the hydraulic press coming down, and then right before it hits the object, it, like, cuts away, and then it shows, like, all the buildup. That's always a really big pet peeve. And they always, without a doubt, they always show the, like, 30 seconds of the hydraulic press dropping down until it hits the object. It's like, we don't need the 30 seconds of slow motion buildup of a hydraulic press dropping down to crush some marbles.
Yeah.
I don't need that.
No.
I just want to see the marbles get crushed.
Yeah.
What's the deal with that?
Yeah. It's just such a buildup for nothing.
One of my big pet peeves right there.
Yeah. What makes me kind of salty is, I've been a Nintendo boy my whole life. I had an Xbox 360 one time. It broke. Because the Red Ring of Death was a thing.
Classic.
Back in the day.
Classic.
Yeah, so I've been nothing but Wii U, Switch, stuff like that ever since that. I recently just purchased an Xbox One. And what makes me salty is that it's 2019, almost 2020.
Almost 2020.
The Xbox controllers still run on AA batteries.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness!
I mean, let's look at the other competitors. Let's see. PS4. It's
PS4.
Rechargeable battery in that dang controller, right?
Yeah, you plug it in.
You plug it in.
And it gets charged.
And the Switch, you just hit that baby right on the dock.
Then it gets charged.
It charges it. Why on earth does a piece of technology so advanced and cool like the Xbox One...
It's on par with everything else.
...still run on batteries?
It should have rechargeable controllers.
It should. It really should.
But they make those rechargeable battery packs, but you have to buy them separately.
Yeah. And I don't know if that $150 fancy Elite controller is rechargeable or what, but if that's not, that's also a ripoff.
It's probably not.
It's probably not. Have you seen that controller?
I haven't.
Have you not seen it?
No.
It's crazy. Look up. It's a Xbox like Elite controller. Instead of like a D-pad, it has like a bowl, and then like there's triggers on the back of it. It's kind of crazy. It's like $160.
Let me pull this up here.
Yeah, look at that. $263. Sorry.
$263?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Now I don't know what the purpose of that is. It's probably a great controller.
The extra paddles must be.
Yeah. The Xbox One has a great controller. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think for our next podcast, we should do a ranking of like favorite controllers of all time.
I definitely think that would be a cool thing.
Yeah. I think I know who'd win.
Okay, the Xbox controllers, let's be honest here though. They're very comfortable.
Extremely.
In the hand.
Extremely.
They have that on pretty much every controller, I'd say.
Yeah.
They're very well molded to the hand.
Yeah, they feel great.
It fits great in your hand.
Yeah, and same with the DualShock. That feels great.
The DualShocks do feel good, but not... It's just a level below the Xbox One.
Yeah, and I'd even... The Joy-Cons from the Switch are... They're kind of gimmicky.
They're not the best.
Yeah, I mean, when you put it in that slot, like the controller slot, it's fine, but...
It's better.
It's still not super great. The Switch Pro controller is fantastic. I gotta say, I guess we're gonna do this now. We're doing this live, the favorite controllers.
Yeah, okay, I'm down.
Yeah, I guess we're doing this live. I guess my favorite's gotta be the GameCube.
Really?
100%.
See,
The sticks feel great.
Yeah.
And the bumpers are insane. Like the triggers in the back, they're crazy, and it just fits your hand so well.
See, I never was super into the old school games and things like that. I only had a PlayStation 2 back when I was a kid, which was basically just a less good version of the DualShocks.
Yeah.
And then I moved on to an Xbox 360, and then I had the PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
So I never really experienced those controllers beforehand.
I guess that's more of a my thing, huh?
Well, I mean, I would probably agree with you if I had played with them more.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a I'm a bit of a collector.
Right. I know you are. Joe, you should talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I collect a lot of old video game consoles and stuff like that and art. I just find the whole kind of evolution of like Nintendo and Sega to be super interesting. There's a lot of cool stuff that's out there.
There really is.
And so I have almost every system going back to the NES.
You've got adapters to play.
Adapters to play stuff. Yeah, I love that old stuff. And I mean, NES controller is just like, it digs into your hands, and then that got fixed with the Super Nintendo controller. The N64 controller is just weird. That 3-prong thing.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
What is the third prong for?
It's so you can use the circle stick. The stick.
Okay.
When you're playing like 3D games like Mario 64.
Okay.
Like that.
I'm glad you actually know what it's for.
It's able to grab, instead of doing both sides and kind of reaching over, grab the middle stick and play with the stick.
Oh.
To go 360, like to spin around and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, it's.
Do you ever use it for that?
Yeah, you have to.
You do?
Yeah, for like games like Banjo-Kazooie and Mario 64, Ocarina of Time.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just so you can run around and it's because it's a 3D space.
One might say that you're a pro.
I would not say that.
I would.
I would say that I'm mildly adequate at many mainstream video games.
That's okay. Okay, so Joey, I'm really curious about what games are you looking forward to in the future?
I'm really looking forward to the remake of Link's Awakening on the Switch.
Okay.
I was watching a lot of trailers for that last night and just went down the rabbit hole. And the art design for that game is super cool. It's a really cool remake to a kind of really obscure Zelda game that doesn't really kind of...
Yeah, do you know when the original one came out?
Yeah, it came out on the Game Boy, like the original Game Boy.
Do you know like when?
I think in the 90s.
In the 90s?
Yeah,
okay.
in the 90s. I don't remember exactly.
Really? On the Game Boy?
Yeah, it's a really obscure game. It has like Mario characters in it.
No way!
It's kind of Link. It's Link. He crashes onto an island and is like put into a dream, and he has to awake himself. But if he wakes himself up, he also kills everyone on the island because the island's also a dream.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
That sounds pretty
cool.
But
I'm looking forward to that game. I think that's going to be a lot of fun to play. What about you, Josh? Anything coming up?
Yeah, I think it's November 8th, so pretty soon here. Death Stranding comes out.
The new Kojima game, right?
Yes, Hideo Kojima is releasing Death Stranding on November 8th, I think it is. And I'm so excited for it because it looks like, all the different leads that have been involved in this game have been saying how just awesome it is. And even Norman Reedus is talking about how cool the story is. And that's all I really want. I just really want an awesome story game, just something that I can just get immersed in, and something that's going to be a big mystery, which it has been for like however long it's been in development.
Yeah, I've heard nothing about it.
And even just with the trailers that have come out.
It's so confusing.
It's so confusing. Nobody even really knows what it's about. Because if you've seen any of these trailers, there's a baby inside of like a capsule that you can like hook up to, which is like connecting to like the other side or like the upside down in Stranger Things or something, so that you can see these invisible monsters that are the enemies in the game or something like that. But it just looks so interesting, and I'm so excited for that game to come out.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm also looking forward to the new Luigi's Mansion coming out. That comes out on
Luigi's Mansion.
It comes out on Halloween, and then the new Pokemon game.
There's a new Pokemon game.
Yeah, it's coming out on Switch. Sword and Shield.
Dang.
There's a lot of people don't like that. How it's looking so far. It's looking like it's pretty awful. Like the graphics.
The Pokemon game?
Yeah, it looks like the graphics look like they're not super good. I mean,
what does that mean though? Is it like old school Pokemon graphics? Because I think that'd be sweet.
Well, they compared they're trying to do it like current generation style.
Okay.
And they were comparing trees from like Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee to what was shown in the trailer for Pokemon Sword and Shield, and they said that it's not like the trees look worse, the graphics look bad. I mean,
graphics don't.
It doesn't make or break a Pokemon game at all.
Any game.
But people want to see more because it's on the Switch. You know what I mean?
Ugh.
It's the first like main home console Pokemon game, so people have some pretty high hopes for that. So I mean, it could just be like just early development stuff.
Okay, unpopular opinion.
Like it's not polished or anything.
I think. I mean, if you want to go with an art style for a game, I think you should go for it. If it looks like less good in quotations, like it should just it's your art direction with the game,
Yeah,
and that's how it should be.
I mean, some games look not like super great, but are really fun to play. Like Minecraft, Castle Crashers, Battle Block Theater,
all great games.
Celeste, all those new games that came out, they're all given that old school vibe, but they still are fantastic.
They're fantastic.
Games.
Yeah.
Cuphead. Now that's an art style.
Yes, it is.
That. They put so much love and passion into that project.
They did. I haven't played much of Cuphead.
Yeah.
But from what I have played, I can tell that it's an awesome game. I have a few of the songs on my Ultimate playlist.
Yeah, that game, like, you can tell that someone put passion and heart into that game, and that's pretty cool.
That's
also,
true.
The new Animal Crossing game coming out in 2020.
Nice.
That's gonna be awesome. And then, yeah. Of course, the new Just Dance 2020.
Of course.
That's gonna be great.
Yes, Just Dance.
Just Dance.
Just Dance.
I do love Just. Yeah. if you want to dance, use Just Dance. What a great way to use motion controls.
All right, guys.
All right.
I think that's pretty much all that we have to talk about for this podcast.
I think so too.
Do you have any closing words that you would like to say for our viewers, Joey? Anything that would just leave a nice impact in their ears?
Okay, let's get ASMR real quickly.
Okay.
Peaches. Thank you for watching. We appreciate your viewership. This is Josh. And this is Joey. And this has been the Soup of the Week. Have a great week, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Bye! Yes! We've done it! We've done it again!